do have veterans that are employed. Most veterans that we serve are actually employed in some part. And
holy shit, where was she when Lieutenant Dan was on his kick about veterans do not have jobs and they're getting sicker because of it? Like, I wish she was there. That's why the VFW guy could have taken a hike and they could have had her there. I wish she would just give us some numbers and be like, I'm sorry, sir, what are you talking about? Are you having a moment? Do you need medical aid? You're not making sense.
She's our brother says something with compensation. She's overcompensation. He did say that, brother.
I've never heard of her.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, she's saying nice things. So, I mean, that's fine. She's saying nice things, and I appreciate it. But
we're going to see if you disagree with some of the other stuff she says. Let's see.
Okay, let's get it.
In many situations.
And would you just give me, and you may have already covered this, and you probably have, and I apologize if you have, give me a short dissertation on impairment, disability versus financial inability to earn. Why that distinction, and how's that working in all of this this review that you're doing? This seems to me to be part of the crux of what we're asking here.
So
is it?
So he's saying disability and a function of not being able to work based on a disability. What do you understand what he's asking?
Yeah, I mean, like, he wants to know how the ability to work is tethered into this, because it doesn't seem to be working as intended. And I agree with him, because we need to shut the fuck up about employment. We need to stop talking about employment, because that's what TDIU is.
Yes.
And that's a valid program saying, look, I'm medically too sick to work, evidenced by this doctor over here attesting to my service-connected disabilities causing me to be too disabled to work. They need to stop associating the terms of employment with how you're rated. You're 50% unemployable due to sleep apnea. No, that's not what they're saying. They're just saying they used this old fucking system to assign percentages on how they would assign percentages. And that's what it used to be. It used to be because TDIU happened later on. They used to do this to where it was due to your ability to be economically gainfully employed type thing. Then they increased, they created TDIU, and then that was due to economic inadaptability. And then your normal disability rating is just literally, you were injured, we are paying you for your injury.
Gotcha. They need to clear that up. And let me tell you, they need to clear that up. Let me tell you something. Raider HQ is here. Please go over and join his channel. You're not going to be short on learning something in almost every word that he says. He's my brother from another mother on my daddy's side. It's complicated. I know it's complicated. My dad got around. I don't want to talk about it. Listen. Oh, we'll see that. Let's finish this up before we talk about that static. Oh, I don't know if static disabilities play into this. Now listen to what she says.
So part of our evaluations, we look at occupational impairment and functional loss.
Do y'all do that? Occupational impairment and functional loss.
Technically.
Let's see what she goes with it. Don't get mad.
Let her keep going.
So I think when in VA terms, when we look at things like TDIU, which I'm sure you're familiar with, when we find veterans who are unemployable because of service-connected disabilities, if they don't meet that criteria, otherwise, then we
now listen what she says.
Have benefits in store for that, but you could very easily have an 100% service-connected disabled veteran who is able to work. For us, and disability and 100% evaluation does not mean unable to work in many situations.
Did she tell the truth? Did she tell the truth?
Hallelujah.
Luna, give us a bark, Luna.
Hallelujah.
Holy
shit. Holy shit, somebody got it right. Holy shit. See, this was my fear. That you get people in the seat that have no clue what the hell's going on. She actually said it right. Now, the problem with her actually saying it right is she just shit in that man's mouth. And he was not prepared for that. He will not be liking what she just said because it will not make sense. His brain broke because it will not make sense to him.
Why was the people sense. Why the people that were advising him not tell him this?
Oh no, they don't want this. Like this to them is no better than welfare. Like you, me, everybody here is no better than some kind of welfare queen. Okay? No better than a welfare queen because they're like, how are you getting something for nothing? How are you getting something for nothing? How dare you? Because, yeah, it's got, yeah.
So what our brother is saying, I'm gonna get weird again because I have the what you call for that. This is the video we talked about that treating our what we get as government assistance as welfare, and it is not. Yes. And that's what we're talking about here.
And like I said in the last time we talked, right? You've got the average civilian sitting down after a hard day's work, sitting at the dinner table, trying to figure out how they're going to get food on their kid's table after working 40, 60, 80 hours that week, whatever. And then somebody makes an offhanded comment that these motherfuckers over here are able to work a full-time job and they get subsidized income for not being able to work, but they can work full-time. That's why words matter.
Go ahead. See, what they don't understand, you may work, but look at what the cost is of the fact that you have this, fear of the marketplace. They call it agoraphobia. They don't understand the sacrifices you have to make. We should not be punished because we are disabled. We're not walking around. Many of us tried to function in life. You remember what you said? You went to nursing school 2 years, then they changed the program when you had to go help your family. They don't care about none of this, do they?
They don't care. And they don't like the program. Like they see money going out and they can't understand why. Like Lincoln's Promise type thing. They don't understand that this was set in motion. And in this day and age, they're like, wait a minute, we need to claw back all this money that we're giving you guys, and you guys just need to go out and get a job. And it's like, no, legally, you broke it, you buy it. That's what we're talking about.
Why don't they just change the contract on the way in saying you don't get any of this? Because they trying to break the contract now. Remember, Lincoln, they can't. Lincoln promised black soldiers, if you help us win this war, I'm gonna give you the right to vote. Before he passed away, he had them up there at the White House, and he gave them the right to vote. So when I don't know if that's like a legal thing, him saying it is he's like a king or something, I don't know. But he gave them the right to vote. He kept his promise. Why can't they keep their promise to us? Why do they think they get to finesse us out of our benefits?
They don't understand the promise, right? It's like the Second Amendment, right? Like I love the Second Amendment.
Yes, sir.
But the Second Amendment was written in a time period where we didn't have automatic weapons and things like that. It's hard to navigate the current environment with the Second Amendment, the bump stocks, all the weird stuff, the ghost guns. It's complicated. Science, technology has made things complicated. The promise used to be, look, you serve, we injure you, you get disability rating, you get money. Yes. But now it's complicated because people are like trying to pick it apart and they're trying to figure out things. And I'm like, stop trying to figure out things and just give us the fundamental thing that we are entitled to. No different than the Second Amendment. We are entitled to this.
Zombie says, you break, you buy. And then
that's exactly it.
Yes. 666, maybe they don't understand, but the rich friends need more money to come fill their pockets. Now let's go back. Go ahead.
Well, hold on. Now I will say, okay, that when that Walsh guy made that statement of, hey, look, we've got this congressman that he's working full time, he's going to be a congressman, and he gets this benefit. I don't understand why. That isn't a bad question for the civilians to ask. But what we need Congress to educate them as to this is an entitlement. They raised their right hand. They deserve, like they were injured in the line of duty. Because guess what? If you were drinking and driving, and that's willful misconduct, you do not get benefits when you were doing willful misconduct. It has to be in the line of duty. So everybody that served honorably, or the different versions of it, the different flavors of it, you get benefits because that's part of the process. And so I think that Congress needs to educate themselves on this, and then they need to regain their composure and continue to advocate on our behalf and support the troops, support the veterans. That's what I'm hoping.
Make America great again with the veterans. Yes. I don't know where that came from. Listen, yes, indeed. They need to honor the promise. I don't know why VSOs can't articulate it like she did.
I will be right back.
All right. No problem. Family, come on here. We got, let me see if we missed any questions. We got our brother in here and saying, let me see what we got. Let me go up here, family. We've been doing it. He say Radar HQ, but it doesn't have to make sense to folks who don't know. Just to say, okay, I read that one. We got Disabled Ronnie say he's back. We have 58 likes. Now we up to 59. Family, how do y'all feel? Ronnie say he went full. Never go full.
All right, sorry.
Now,
my daughter broke the garage door for a second, so I had to run out and fix it. So I'm sorry.
People don't know when you have children, it's amazing. My daughter, you don't have to worry about her with locks or poison or nothing, but don't give her a permanent marker. Do not give her a permanent marker ever.
Yes,
ever. No permanent marker. Okay, that's a little trauma there. He say, Congress. Let me see. This new. He say, write it again, HQ. Yet we see how some of these Congress folks seem to be against us. Now let's see what they say now.
So disability compensation does not mean that a veteran cannot earn wages, that they are unemployable. It means that based off the residual impairment, VA finds them to be 100%.
Residual impairment. What does that mean exactly? I know the term, but because of tell me what that means.
She's trying to find a way to separate income, like the ability to work from it. So she's just choosing a different word.
So they're just looking at the money. They're looking at the money from compensation, the money from work.
Yeah, she's trying to keep that separate, like, because that's his premise. His premise is, why are we paying these freeloaders this money if they can work? Because we're paying them not to work, and that yet they can. Explain that to me. And she's trying to do it in a way where she's choosing different words and kind of separating things out, which is good. She is strategically doing this.
Oh, she's doing that intentionally because she works for the government. But is she advocating for veterans? I'm trying to. Why is she so? But
because
usually they don't.
It's a trap. This is a trap. He is trying to trap her into something, and she is trying, like jujitsu. She is trying not to have him basically block her into a corner and get full mount. I guess, I don't know, is what you would call it in jujitsu. Like
So she's almost try to discredit her in her position.
No, he's trying to discredit the veteran benefits process for us having benefits. He's trying to make a case for why we should not be getting shit, because he is trying to trap the situation and say, look, they're not deserving of this because they can work. That's for them not working. How can they work? What is sleep apnea? You can work on sleep apnea. This is what he's trying to do. And she's doing a good job. Like, she is doing a good job of making that distinction, and she's letting him ask the questions, and she's not giving him much to actually manipulate. She's not. Yeah. So now, I'm fine with her. I like her. She's doing well.
Congress works less than 90 days in 2025. They should vote to cut their own pay. They'll never do that.
They'll never do that. And then figure out where you get that money from. Figure out where you get that money from, because for us, every time you want to add something, they're like, oh, we got to figure out how we got to pay for it. What are we going to cut to pay for it?
Yes. Thanks, family. We have 60 likes.
Yes.
He wants to crush us. Does he? You think he really want to crush us? He's a veteran, I think.
I don't know if he wants to crush us as much as he doesn't like this. Like, he has an opinion about this, and he might not like some of it, but an attack on one is an attack on all. Like, in my opinion.
You know, my grandmother used to tell me, you don't have to like it.
Yeah, that's true too.
She is defending us. Would you go as far as to say what Zombie say, that she's defending us, or she's properly representing her position? Wow.
I think she's, at this point in time, I think she's adjusting. Like, whenever you push and pull, she is matching his push equally. So she's doing very well.
Okay.
But it is definitely, he is looking for her to make a mistake. And she is not making one so far, so we're doing well.
Wow. So now, that's exactly what I'm saying. He clearly has an agenda by the way he frames his questions and the statements he makes. What do you think his agenda is? You say clearly, if it's simple, it's just that he doesn't like it. He feel unpleasant.
Look, it's mere speculation at this point in time, right? It's just mere speculation. But I will tell you that if you have the same talking points as Lieutenant Dan, then no, this is not a joke.
I know.
There is a unification of, I do not like these disabilities that I cannot see. Like, there is a clear distinction there.
Okay. Yeah. So, but he's Lieutenant Dan without the quotes, the air quotes.
Well, no, he might be a more reasonable version of Lieutenant Dan, in that somebody has posed a question and we haven't got a good answer on it. Why does somebody with sleep apnea get money? Hold on again.
Go ahead, no problem. Somebody says Donald is in the room. Go ahead.
Okay, there.
Evening, Donald. Evening,
naughty
Donald.
Dog.
Everybody's opinion matters. Donald, I believe it's Bird, says, and brother, maybe you could help us with this, says, I wish I could pretend to be disabled and work full time.
Oh, I mean, I wish I could pretend to be disabled too and work full time also. I happen to be disabled and work full time. So, I mean, yeah, the pretending, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? But legally it's allowed. So, I mean.
But he brings Title 38, Section 115. I don't know what that is. He say, read the title. Oh, boy. Okay. Fam, give me a second. Brother, let me see. I'm going to read this one here. 66 say, I can't see the situation folks who receive SNAP benefits get, but I don't hate them for it. No. Now, he said, he bringing receipts, he said. All right, family, I see. He say, thanks. Okay. Now, here we go. We trying to respond to you, my friend. We getting to it. Let us look. And his question was, his immediate question was, he said, I wish I could pretend to be disabled and work full time.
Yeah.
You think we're all pretending?
I don't know. Choose your words carefully, Donald. Because honestly, I wish I could pretend too. And it's 38 USC 1155, not CFR.
Okay, so let me put up there, because you say you brought receipts, sir. He say 38 Section 1155. It's not that you're saying.
It's USC, 38 US.
Okay, take your time if you think you understand what he's trying to say. Give me a moment.
I don't know what he's trying to say. But Donald, let us know what you're trying to say.
Let us know.
I'm deeply, yeah.
Let's get back to it. because I don't know nobody. I know I'm not pretending. And where's your evidence that we are?
Well, I mean, like, what's the litmus test for that?
He say, read it.
I did read it. It's right there. It's full red. Yes, it doesn't. What do you want us to read? Like,
he's trying to shame us. He's saying,
what's the
we're
point?
afraid.
What's the point?
It's a gotcha be moment.
Educate me, Donald.
Educate us, Donald. Let us know what you're talking about, bro.
I've read it. It's like, what, 6 sentences?
Does it relate to us or anything about what he's talking about? That we are, what does he say? Getting stuff for free?
5 sentences?
What are we pretending, my friend? Give me a second. You see any questions, answer, bro? I'll be right back. Please, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I'm interested. Like, I want to know what you mean by this. Because I'm sitting here right now looking at the authority for schedule for rating disabilities. No, it's not actually, Charlton. It's 38 USC can be for the 38 portion of it is the for like the VA and stuff. So the US code, it's not for Social Security. It talks about the secretary shall adopt and apply a schedule rating of reductions in earning capacity from specific injuries or combination of injuries. Yeah. But I don't know. Donald, where'd you go? I want to know. What are you talking about? Really, dog? She's now bringing me the food bowl. Okay. Donald, where'd you go? All right. Well, I guess Donald doesn't want to play anymore. Oh, my Danes? Well, one's 5. The other one is 3. Give me the bowl. Ah, she's being a jerk face. She has this game that she likes to play. It's called Chase Me Bitch. And she will grab something that okay, Donald, thank you. Thank you for actually give me the bowl. Thank you for commenting. Hold on. I'll get to it, Donald, here in just a second. My dog is playing. She's got this huge bowl. So the earning capacity that is listed in 38 USC 1155. What my thoughts are on it is that the way that disability is calculated, you have to figure out some metric to use to actually determine what 10% looks like, what 20% looks like, what 30% looks like. So they use the original thing of earning capacity. That's what they originally did. There's no way for them to arbitrarily figure out how to do what 10% would look like, what 30% would look like. So that's the metric that they used in the original kind of assessment. It's not a binding contract that says that you, like, the VA itself actually articulates that if you are 100% service connected, you can still work. So that's what my thoughts are, is they had to come up with a process to in order to kind of, or a metric to figure out how to determine what things look like. So they took what a civilian, in my opinion, they took what a civilian impairment would look like at 10%, 20%, and used work capacity just as the clear an understandable metric.
Thank God that you came in there, brother. Go ahead. Thank God you came in there.
Yeah, you can earn money. It's in the 38 CFR that you're employable, 100% employable. Right?
Did you know that, Donald?
Like,
and let me say this, and I want you go ahead.
I get why it's confusing. I get why people like Donald, and I'm not sure if Donald's on which side of the argument Donald's on, but if Donald was bringing this argument in order to like gotcha, I can understand why they would do that, because it does talk about earning capacity, but it's for the sake of, you know, just figuring out what 10% looks like. Because if you're going to award somebody, you know, some kind of disability, you have to have an agreed on, like, what things look like. How do you determine how disabled somebody is?
And Donald, I want to ask you a question. Like I say, we don't mind different opinions here. My question is, what's your argument? Number one, are you just confused and want clarity, or you have a position that you're taking? In addition, I want to say this to you. If somebody gets injured in a car wreck and an 18-wheeler hits them, if they go back to work, they're going to still get the compensation for the car injury. Right or wrong, brother?
True or false? Yeah. Because if they have pain and suffering due to a car accident, do they get the money? You know, like, I don't know. I find it, but see, there's a lot of situations where over time, things have been written, rewritten, addressed, clarified, updated. And if we want to take something that was written way back, you know, in the 1950s and try to, you know, it doesn't, sometimes these things don't age well.
So you think it needs to be, the language needs to be updated? Or are you concerned they might put some crazier?
No, I don't think it needs to be updated, because the only thing that talks about the fact that you can't be employed is IU, individual unemployability. That's it. That's the only stipulation in which you artificially get raised up to 100%. And the trade-off is you can't work because you medically had them determine that you can't work. Other than that, with all due respect, everybody can sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up about employment, because it has nothing to do with anything other than to establish what 10% looks like, what 20% looks like. Like, it doesn't mean we can't work and get the benefits. There's no dilemma here.
And right? We know that's...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We know that's the case because we have people that work for the VA that are disabled veterans.
And 100%.
And 100%.
They work all over the place.
They work all over the place at the same place. They wouldn't their employment be breaking the law in that case? Now, they say, I'll bet a month compensation and job pay that if our benefits money gets cut, it will end up in rich folks' pockets. They wouldn't. That would be morally wrong. Lieutenant Dan would not do that.
That's a very good question, Donald. Do I know what act started VA disability? No, and I don't give a shit. Like, I do not care. I do not care what kind of weird argument that somebody could have. Do you know what act it started? There's no validity in that. What year is it, Donald? Like, what year is it? We're in the year of 2026. So in the year of 2026, it is legal for us to have VA disability and work full-time jobs.
He could be implying that it started under corrupt intentions.
I don't know what argument that would be, because precedent has been set. Like, this is, we're here. We're here in 2026. Which, I mean, that's cool from like a historical standpoint. Like, that would be cool from a historical standpoint. War Insurance Act of 1917. Cool. Awesome. Not relevant to the current conversation, but cool and awesome.
Are you a veteran, Donald?
It also irrelevant. You know,
yes,
like,
it is.
I mean, like, it.
You don't have to answer.
The muddy in the water thing, you know, where people want to try to muddy the water. The fact of the matter is that veterans can work and be any level of disabled. They can work full time. They can be gainfully employed. There's no dilemma here. It's not a recent change that afforded that. It has been like that always.
I didn't know that this would trigger people so much. I knew it would have an effect, but people are coming out of the woodworks.
It's fun, but see, and I get it. I get the fact that people don't connect they have a hard time equating, because the VA is a weird, the VA is like one of those pictures where you look at the image and then you see the real image if you look hard enough. That's what the VA is. It's built upon this nonsensical, here's a law, here's another law that was written on this law, here's another law that was written on this law, and over time, Donald, am I saying the thing that currently is true has been true? Yes, I am currently saying that the thing that is true is currently true. Yes, Donald. And if you're being nice and I'm being a jerk face, then I do apologize. Okay, but yes, this is the way it is. This is the way it currently is. This is the way it's been.
Yes,
in modern, yeah, it's law. Like it's no thing where some dirty politician snuck in this thing to let these disabled veteran mooches get money. It's always been like this. But with science, with technology and the internet, most people didn't know about this factoid until relatively recently because of the internet. And then they're looking around going, wait a minute, why is this guy getting money and he can work? And that pisses them off. It rightfully so sometimes, because they don't understand it.
Yes. Now, if this doesn't say time for Raider into parking lot.
No, I'm fine. I just want to know what it is, like what Donald's perception is. Because if Donald's perception is this has not been the way it has been, then I mean that would be a really interesting retelling of history.
It could be, but it's been yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, I've granted because back to the 1960s.
But they look at it from the eyes of Social Security. What our brothers say, it's based on, this ain't the one that Charleston said. He said it was based on percentages. Oh, it's right here. This is it. He said, but Social Security doesn't use percentages of disability. Either you're totally disabled or not. It's based on 40-hour weeks and work.
It has to do with work. Yeah, like you can't work. Like that's the premise of that. The VA disability doesn't work that way.
I ain't gonna poke the bear. I was about to tell him something about Social Security and VA disability, but I don't get him in all our business. Here you go. Look at Josie says, I wish Don was out in the field. I guess he's talking about Donald with us instead of back home with his feet kicked up, drinking a 6-pack. Maybe then it wouldn't have anything. He wouldn't have anything to complain about.
Well, and I mean, like, Donald's fine for asking the question, right? If I'm a little salty with Donald, it's because I don't understand the premise of it. It seems like a really weird thing where you'd say, look at this thing. And I'm like, yeah, I see 1155. I mean, it doesn't prove anything and it doesn't disprove anything. It just tells them, use this metric to determine what 10% looks like, what 20% looks like. It doesn't say anything about employment being required. It's just how they measure it, because they didn't have a standard back then on how to measure anything.
And we want more people like Donald to speak up. But when you say stuff like you were saying, talking about freeloading, calling us freeloaders, our antennas are gonna go up.
And honestly,
you don't see that. Why didn't you take offense of him saying, I wish I could pretend to be disabled?
Because so do I. I wish I could pretend to be disabled and work full time. However, I am disabled and work full time. So, I mean, my road is harder. I mean, I wish I could do that too, but just take my disability, Donald. Just take it all. You can have it. And I'll just take the money.
God.
But,
Lord.
That's the thing where I wish I could pretend that I didn't know anything about the VA
talk about it,
baseless accusations, and I'm not saying that Donald's doing that, but like Mr. Walsh is doing that. where he made baseless accusations. And I'm not saying that Donald's doing that. I believe that Donald is here to be understand the process. Yeah, in good faith.
Yeah.
But there are people that are like, look, I want to pretend some stuff. You know what I wish? I wish that somebody could be locked in a room with me for 20 minutes and talk to my face about stuff like that. And just, we'll see how well my meds adjust my attitude, right? As to whether or not I am disabled. And maybe I've got one left in me, you know, because people, it's like road rage, right? Where people go, you know what? I'm going to get that guy, or I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then they don't understand who they're messing with, right? That guy's just an asshole. Yeah. No, that guy's probably crazy and you don't want to mess with him. And the same is with the veteran community. Like, saying that we're not disabled is the best thing to probably instigate a fist. You know, just yes. They're so, like, it's a joke, you know, and I don't believe in violence. I'm not a fighter or anything like that. Have I been in fights? Oh, yes. But I don't like fighting. I don't like conflict. I don't like anything like that. But you have to understand you're fucking with the people that you shouldn't be fucking with whenever you're saying that we're all not all disabled.
Look, let me tell you, Sib Dib is one of the most calmest people I've seen out here. I got shout out to Sib Dib.
He's a good Christian man.
He said, metaphorically speaking, I wish I could just, he implied, you know, getting him little touches on the face. Man, because he was hot. The man is patient with all 5 of his children. But man, when somebody said this, I say, man, even him. So watch. Yeah. Let me give you an example. I watched Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb is a comedian from my culture, from Black Men. And this other guy, he doesn't know that this other guy, he's Black, but he's an immigrant. They live in one generation, lose the accent, and they try to come among us talking with our vernacular, but they wasn't raised by our parents and grandparents, so they say stuff off. He said something about, I wish you would suck a man's genitalia. You don't say that to nobody from the hood, or you don't say that from nobody that's American. Any American, especially from the South. He moved, he had him on, now he got $1 million screen behind him, and he moved the female that was between them and said, now say that again to my face.
Yeah.
The guy wouldn't say it again, but he kept trying to, like, gaslight him. He said, I'm not worried about all that. He said, I brought you here because I wanted to hear your difference of opinion, but it's something that you don't say to a man. You don't talk. Let me tell you something. If a man married, you don't walk up to that man and start talking under that woman's clothes. That's a quick way to lose your life. The Bible say jealousy is the rage of a man. What it's saying is that if a man catch you sleeping with his wife, ain't no amount of money, because say jealousy is the rage of a man, and on the day of vengeance, he won't let you slide because of, hey man, I just slept with your wife, but here go $50,000. Man ain't trying to hear that. So watch what you say when you talk to us, but we understand. Go ahead, brother.
No, I believe that there's a good, like, would you go up to somebody who is disabled and just start talking shit and not actually think that something's going to happen? Like, the internet sucks so bad for that, where, you know, like, you wouldn't say things like this if you were in front of somebody. Now, I'm stupid enough to say stuff like this in front of somebody because, you know, I have tasted the fabulous flavor of pavement before. You know, sometimes my mouth has gotten ahead of me. That's fine. But I have won more than I lost. But what I'm trying to say here is that I understand where frustration comes from the public and the actual, like, the budgetary things. And if you've ever heard me, I have a lot of leniency for, like, people that don't understand, that want to become educated about the process.
Yes.
But the thing that I'm trying to convey is that you have a bunch of people who have been taught to solve their problems with violence, and you are going to take things from them and call them dirty, lying, you know, sons of bitches. And you do not, like, and I'm not saying that Donald is doing this, but there are people out there like Mr. Walsh and Mr. Gade and whatnot. They don't understand. Like, I have been stabbed before at my job.
Talk about
at the VHA. Okay.
My Lord.
Because they are people out there that you think you know what disabled looks like, right? Like, you think that sleep apnea is the disability and things like that. It ain't going to be sleep apnea that gets you. It's you take sleep apnea from somebody that with a very severe disability that's going to come at you. Okay. I don't understand this notion to want to. I can understand updating things and changing things and doing stuff like that. But when you make it to where people are not disabled and you're like, this has to do with work, and you take things from people, the most irrational things can become rational whenever a person is pushed too far. There are movies about that, like where you've pushed somebody too far. And there's a lot of also domestic issues and police reports that also say you've pushed somebody too far and they are not the one to be messed with.
Remember the movie. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You're fine.
Remember the movie, The Second Equalizer.
Yes.
All of them were veterans. And Denzel Washington was baffled why they would be mercenaries. And the brother told him, he said, listen, if we want health care, go to the VA. He did what they were trained to do. And now they just put them on the shelf. So they decided to get together and start getting paid for the skills that they had learned.
Yeah. And I mean, like, do I think that there are people out there that don't meet criteria, that falsified things? Yes, there clearly are some people out there. And I hope that they get, their justice, justice is served on them, that they get found out, that they don't, they're not truly accurate. However, there is nothing more insulting than being compared to somebody that is, I don't know why I feel this way, and it's a personal thing for me, but I don't like people accusing me of not telling the truth about things. Like, I don't like that. And I feel like in a lot of these videos that we're watching with Congress and whatnot, that it's not that like, hey, look, we need to dial some of this back. I mean, okay, fair enough. You want to have a conversation about that. That's fine. You want to change mental health. You want to change sleep apnea. I haven't complained about that. I've said that I'm concerned about mental health and whatnot, but that's not the tone that people take.
No,
that's not the tone that I'm hearing from like the big ticket items from Mr. Walsh and Mr. Gade. It's like, you're a fucking liar, and you're manipulating the system, and you're a piece of shit, and you're this, that, and the other. I don't like that at all.
And see,
and I know,
veterans don't like the word pretend. So I'm not beating up on you, but I'm letting you know that when we hear that, that's why you're going to see things in the chat. We pretend. Many of us did everything but go to the VA to try to cope with our life at first.
Well, and Donald, I know you used a question mark on there, so I don't know if you were talking about like if they think that we pretend and go, and I just might have the wrong interpretation of this, Donald, and that's probably true. I'm not feeling it well, so you're also getting the fact that I'm not feeling well, so I'm not salty towards you, Donald, at all.
Oh, I didn't realize that he did put a question mark. I apologize. Yeah, see, that's why you don't get in trouble for that. You can speak your mind here, but we gonna say what we saying. Now look at our brother here say, brother Disabled Ronan says, my VA pay is my cornbread. And like Eddie said in life, you ain't getting my McMuffin. What's that called? What's that?
Mother
effing. Oh, mother effing cornbread. That's for damn sure. Cause there be some hazardous consequences and repercussions. Wow.
Because I'm just too tired from it, man. Like, there is nothing like having chronic pain that never ends, day in and day out.
They don't understand.
And then somebody poking you, and that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm worn down. I'm raw. I'm not a good, like, buddy communicator when it comes to people that, hey, let's mess with them. Not a good idea.
No,
like,
insane.
I'm tired.
And why they picking on the rich people? Now that's another part. Folks act like vets who may get 100% compensation and work live in mansions and drive Corvettes?
Some of them might. See, and like, here's the thing, the generalization problem that I have with this, and I'm going to take it the other way on this one, is that sometimes people, they want to show off and brag, right? You see those videos, and I don't know how many of those are true, but you'll see the videos where I've got 100%. I just, I've got a Corvette, and I got all this, and I got a Hellcat, and I got 3 houses, and I got all this stuff. Okay, great. You invested your money well, but you don't need to brag like that. You don't need to tell people how, because for every success story, there's 15 different non-success stories where they've got an addiction or something like that. And the money's gone before it's even actually, hits the bank account. They can't spend their money well. They got mental health issues and they can't prioritize the money.
I got to get to this. I'm sorry for, we got a new person. Times2 Compost says the people that give themselves a raise every year talk about injured veterans.
Yeah. And that bothers me too. Look, I'm just raw about this because look, I just want to go back to don't poke me. I'm a little salty about this, and I do apologize, Donald. I didn't mean to be so salty if I was, but I don't personally like it anymore. I'm sick of people looking at stuff. Yeah. This is a legal requirement. Like, this is legally, you have to give me this.
So you're not breaking the law. You're not breaking into your neighbor's house and stealing out of a purse. Okay.
Oh my, you're gonna. You are my trigger spirit animal, H-Town. Like you know how to trigger me with Lieutenant Dan. It's like, mother of pearl, please stop. Like, no, it's fine. Like, but that kind of stuff where it's not even a good faith argument. Like, at least Donald's was a good faith argument. Can you please tell me why this is like that and why that is like that? Fair enough. I mean, that's not a bad question. I'm just not feeling.
And then he said, "Thank you for the clarification." He said he did thank you for that.
Yeah. He did, but I don't understand what the rationale was. But did you do you know how baseball started? Like, I don't understand what this has to do with anything. Like currently, I don't know.
Hold on, let me see. Did I get that? Teddy Brewski, thank you for being to say evening, everyone. Is it possible to collect SMC if you're not TDIU?
Yes, it is. Like TDIU. Oh, I know. TDIU is just one way to get to 100%. You can collect SMC if you meet criteria. Each SMC has its own specific unique criteria. So they're not mutually exclusive to where if you have one, you can't have the other. You can have both to where you could have TDIU and SMC. You could have